Hi, I'm Carol, and welcome to this gentle yoga practice. In this practice, we will be using a yoga strap. So yoga straps often have a plastic or metal buckle on them, but if you don't have a yoga strap, you can use a dog leash, a belt, a long silk scarf, anything that you can just hold and pull on. Nothing elastic, so something that has some strength that you can pull apart like this. We'll be doing some shoulder work with this in this practice, and we'll be using a yoga block. So a standard yoga block is 6 by 9 by 3 inches. They're lightweight, but you could use a book instead. So if you have like a book in your bookshelf, not something with a soft cover, a hardback book, because you don't want to be sliding on it. So we'll be using a block and a strap in today's practice. So if you could just get those ready for when you're ready to get settled on your mat and begin your practice. And when you're ready, find that comfortable place to be. And when you're there, allow the eyes to softly close. Maybe take a swallow and ease deep down into the back of the throat. Let the jaw be soft. And let the breath be smooth and easy. Without changing the breath, just see if you can smooth out the inhale to the exhale and the exhale to the inhale. And when you find yourself settling and you're comfortable, then ease into your practice of 3-part breath, Dirga Pranayama. Longer, slower inhale. Longer, slower exhale. Think about the 3 parts of your breath as you inhale. Bottom of the lungs, the belly rises. Center of the lungs, the rib cage opens. Top of the lungs, you'll feel that slight rise through the upper chest. And a slow exhale from the top all the way down. Take one more long, slow breath in. Long, slow breath out. Squeeze the belly button back towards the inside of the spine. Wring out the bottom of the lungs. And when you're ready to take your inhale, come back to your natural breath. Allow your eyes to open on your inhale, and on your exhale, let it be a sigh, a shake out, a wriggle, a stretch. Anything that you need. You may want to move your legs if you've been in a seat position, and then find your strap. So if you're using a yoga strap or a leash or a belt, make sure the buckle is in the palm and wrap it around. You don't want to hit yourself with that. So wrapping tooth ends, and the strap can be any width for you, coming up towards the shoulders. So lift tall through the spine and bring the arms up in front of the shoulders. And it can be any width, but just pull on the strap and take a big shoulder roll up and down the back body. Press into your sit bones and rise up just a little taller. We're going to go up to about the nose level. So take the inhale, bring it to about nose, exhale it back to shoulders. Inhale, bring it up to about forehead level. Exhale back to shoulders. Keep pulling the strap. Inhale just above the top of the head. exhale back to shoulders. Bigger, longer, slower inhale and take it to any height that works for you. No force. Just where does it go for you? And exhale it back in line with the shoulders. Are you really pulling? Bring the knuckles towards each other. Release down. Give the shoulders a little roll and the head a little nod. We're coming back up. So when you're ready, bring it in line with the shoulders. Big shoulder roll up and down the back. Pull. Decide if you want to go narrow or wider, or if you're happy where you are. Take it up to any height that works for you. If you're sitting cross-legged, take it to the side where the leg is in front. So mine is the left side. I'm going to the left. Inhale back to center. See if you can lift a little taller. Exhale, same side. And come back to center. Just soften the arms, just give them a little wriggle, and then go back. Pull wide. So we're adding on. Lift tall. Same side to exhale to. Then think about your cat spine where the tailbone comes forward, the chin tucks. Keep the ears by the upper arms, in line with the upper arms, and bring the arms forward. So you're looking down towards the ground now. You're coming over to the opposite side. And then the arm is going to go on the top. So stack the shoulders if you can, and then lift yourself up. It's a big motion, so be mindful. Inhale, lift. Exhale, over. Tuck the chin, round, belly button back. Look towards the ground as you sweep across in front of you. And then that front arm stacks on top, and then lift yourself up. Bring the knuckles in towards each other and bring the arms down. And what do you need to do? How did you feel on your shoulders? So if you're sitting cross-legged, we're changing the leg position. So I have the left in front, and it's now going to be the right in front for me. And you change it. And if this is not your seat, find your comfortable seat. Your legs can be out wide. We're just going to go to the other side. Bring the arms up in line with the shoulders. Big shoulder roll. Take a deep breath. Bring it to about the top of the head. And then exhale, return. Can you keep pulling? Not using the neck. Big breath in, going up to any height that works for you. Feel the side ribs lift. Wait for an exhale to go over to the side. You're going to tuck the chin. You're going to bring the arms forward. You're going to look down. Think about the size of the head in line with your upper arms. Sweep over to the other side. And then let that right arm come on top of the left. And that's what pulls you back up to the sky. Big breath in to lift tall. Exhale over to the right. Belly button back around through the spine. Sweep on over to the left. Right arm stacks on top of the left, and that's what pulls you up towards the sky. Be tall. Bring the knuckles in towards each other to relax the arms and the shoulders as you bring them down. Give yourself a little shoulder roll, a wriggle, a nod of the head, whichever feels good. Sit nice and tall and look over to one side. And come through center. And then look slowly to the other side. Just check in with the neck, especially having the arms up high. And then come back through center. Release from your strap. You're sitting cross-legged. Bring your legs up. Bring them forward. Maybe time for a little shake out for them. Maybe a little massage or pummel or a roll through the ankles might feel good. And then return to our comfortable seated position. Lift nice and tall. Bring your left hand over to your right shoulder and look over your right shoulder. And then come back to center. Let your right hand come outside your leg. And this time add a rotation. Let the right hand float across the floor as you look over to the right. And then float back to center. Lift tall on your inhale, and on your exhale, float back again to the right. Looking over towards the back wall, eyes out to the corners, and then coming back through center. Relax that arm. Give yourself a little wriggle, a little roll. Sit nice and tall. Look over your left shoulder. A little bit deeper if you can. And then bring the head back to center. Right hand comes on towards the chest, the shoulder. Let your left hand float down beside you. Lift tall on an inhale. Exhale, let that left hand float behind you as you come through a twist and look over to the left. And then come back to center. Lift tall. Exhale over to the left. And then come back to center. Release your arm. Little shoulder roll, a little wriggle. If you're sitting cross-legged, bring your knees up, bring your legs forward. And then face the length of your mat. Have your block close by so you can use it when you're on your back. Take your feet about as wide as your mat. Rock your knees side to side. We're beginning to come down to the mat. So let the hips come closer to your heels. No rush to get there. You'll just travel. And when you're close enough, bring the hands behind you, elbows down, tuck the chin, and bring yourself down softly to land on your back. Bring your knees into your chest and rock across your lower back. Always a beautiful place to ease across that sacrum area. And then bring yourself to center. Bring one foot at a time to the floor. You're going to find your block. Create a pelvic tilt. So pull the belly button down. Let the tailbone lift up. So you'll feel the tailbone coming up. Press into the feet. Lift the hips. And bring the block underneath the hips. And settle down. So a block or a book. Something for a little height. You can do the same thing without anything underneath you. It's knee to chest pose. Right knee is coming into the chest. You can hold the thigh, you can hold the shin, flex the foot. And then you're going to walk your left foot away from you or slide your left leg along. You let it go soft. So you're coming into this variation of knee to chest pose, but it's also helping to lengthen the psoas muscle. That muscle, when it's tight, is the one that often causes us lower back issues, pulling the tailbone backwards. So we want to give it a nice space to lengthen and release while we're still working the right side. Bring your left foot back to the floor, release your right foot down, and then bring your left knee into the chest. Hold the thigh or the shin, whichever is the best for you, foot flexed. And then begin to walk out your right foot, and if it's comfortable to do so, slide your leg down. The leg can be soft, it doesn't have to be a strong leg here. Shoulders down, chin taut, and breathe. Take another easy breath. Bring your right foot back in a little closer to you. Let your left foot come down to the floor. Press into both feet to lift the hips. And as you lay the back down, think about lengthening. Think about the tailbone pulling down between the heels so that you really lengthen out your lower back. And when you're all the way down, bring your knees back into your chest and rock across your lower back. And then finding your strap. Bring your left foot to the floor. The strap is coming on the ball of your right foot. And you're going to take that leg up to the sky. You're coming in for a hamstring stretch. So you're used to having your hand behind your leg or in front of your pants. But just hold on to your strap, both hands on one hand, and bring your leg in. So by using the strap, you can actually deepen your stretch. So be mindful. You never want to strain. So lift the heel. And see if that leg will come in just a little closer for you. Breathe. Bring that leg back to center. You're going to hold the strap with your left hand and bring your arm out, right arm out, T position. And you're going to walk your left foot away from you. If it's comfortable, you can go all the way long leg or foot to the floor, your choice. We're going to roll over to the outside edge of your left hip. Bring in your right leg across. Both shoulders stay down here. So you may not go all the way over, but if you do, then your hips are stacked. But that ankle is no lower than in line with the hip, and you're looking up towards the sky. If you want a little bit more, if you pull on your strap and pull your toes up towards the side of your face, you'll feel it. Then put a soft bend to your right knee and come on back to center. And when you're there, bring that foot down. Release your strap. Float your foot to the floor. And bring your left foot back in. Take a breath. Feet hip width apart, heels in line with the sits bones, left knee is coming into the chest. Strap around the ball of your left foot and you're taking it up to the sky. You can hold it with both hands or one hand, your choice. Lift that heel and on an exhale, bring your leg in for a hamstring stretch. So you probably practice your hamstring stretch on every practice, but feel the difference a strap can make. It can really, really deepen your stretch, so please don't pull it tight, but make it energetic if you can. And then bring that leg back to center. You're going to walk your right foot a little further away from you, or if your mid-back stays down, you can go with a long leg, up to you. Hold the strap with your right hand and bring your left arm out T position. Lift that heel, lengthen the back of the leg on an exhale. Come on over to the outside edge of your right hip. You may be high. If you go all the way to the outside of your right hip and stack your left hip on top, your leg doesn't dip any lower. Your heel is in line with your ankle and your knee, and the shoulders are down. You're looking to the sky. If you want a little bit more, if you gently tug on the strap and pull that foot up, the toes closer to the side of your face, you'll feel it. Then put a soft bend to your knee and bring yourself back to center. Bring that right foot in a little closer. Bring your left foot down and release from your strap. Bring both knees into your chest and give the legs a bicycle. Knees into your chest, hold on to both shins, flex the feet, squeeze them in nice and tight, and on an exhale, tuck the chin and rise on up, bring in your forehead, your nose towards your knees, and then on an exhale, lengthen down the back of the neck, lay the head down soft like a feather, and then float one foot at a time to the floor. One foot at a time to the floor. Take the feet wide and rock the knees side to side. Come through center. Walk your feet in, hip width apart, heels in as close towards the sits bones as comfortable. And then bring the legs together. So you're squeezing the legs tight. Cross the right thigh over your left thigh. Flex your right foot. On an exhale, let the legs come up in towards the chin, the chest. So just wherever they go for you. Bring the hands below the kneecaps, so on top of the shins, but below the kneecaps. And see if you can press the legs down a little closer towards the chest. And can you bring the knees up a little closer towards the chin? You can stay here, or you can slide the hands down the shins towards the ankles or the outside of the feet. And if you do, then take the feet out a little wider to the sides of your mat and down a little lower, and you'll feel the hip stretch that you've just engaged. If your chin is risen, just lift your head, tuck your chin, lengthen down the back of the neck, bring those knees up toward you. Slide the hands up below the kneecaps. Let the feet come come back to the floor. When your left foot is down, let your right leg come up and over. Bring your knees into your chest and bicycle or shake out your legs. Feet come to the floor. Bring the legs in close together. Bring your heels in as close towards your sits bones as comfortable for you. We're crossing the left thigh over the right thigh. Flexing the left foot. Wait for an exhale for the legs to come up and in towards the chest, up towards the chin. Bring the hands just below the kneecaps at the top of the shins and see if you can add a little weight to bring those legs down a little closer and the knees up a little closer towards your chin. Beautiful hip stretch here. If you want a little bit more, slide the hands down the shins towards the ankles or the feet. And when you're there, take the legs out a little wider away from each other and a little closer down towards the ground. You'll feel it. You can let your toes be soft, or if you flex your feet, you get a deeper stretch. Your choice. Breathe into it. And then slide the hands back up below the kneecaps. Wait for a breath out to float to your right foot back to the floor. And when it's firm, let that left leg come up and over. Take your feet wide on your mat and rock your knees side to side. Maybe rotate the head in the opposite direction to the knees. It might feel good. And then bring yourself to center. Walk your feet in hip width apart. Moving into a flowing bridge, so bring the heels in as close towards the sits bones as comfortable. Arms down beside you, drop those shoulders, create that pelvic tilt, and then lift the hips, your mid-back, all the way up to your upper back, and then float yourself down. So let it be easy. Just building it each time you come up. No force. You'll feel that pelvic tilt release and then engage it to come back up to your bridge. We're going to do it one more time. This time we're going to hold our bridge. So if you want a restful bridge, just bring your block back underneath your hips. If you want to engage the shoulders, you can roll the shoulders underneath you and interlock the fingers. It just adds to your bridge in the upper back. If not, keep your arms down beside you. Think where your hip crease is and lift it up a little higher. Are you pressing deeply into your big toes? Take a big breath in and on an exhale, begin to ease yourself back down to your mat. Just take a breath when you're all the way down. Check that the shoulders are out nice and wide. Feet hip width apart, heels in line with your sits bones. Create that pelvic tilt to lift the hips and take the hips 2 inches to the outside of your mat. You're going to bring the feet up so the back of the calves are facing the mat. So you're no longer in line. The knees are in line with the shoulders but not the hips. Bring the arms out, T position. And on an exhale, roll over to the outside of your right hip or towards the outside of your right hip. So you can bend your right elbow and let your hand hold the legs up. You can bring your legs down to rest on a block here or on your yoga blanket. But the shoulders are down. Arms out, T position, and then turn to look towards your left hand. Bring the head back to center and wait for a big breath in to bring the knees and the feet back up. When you're there, bring the feet to the floor. Pick up the hips, bring them back in line with the heels. Check that your heels, sits bones, and shoulders are in line with each other. Arms out, T position. Pick up the hips and take them over a couple of inches to the right. When you're ready, pick up the feet back at the calves facing the mat. Wait for your exhale to come on over to your left. Again, you can bend your left elbow and let your hand hold the legs up. You may want to bring them over to land on your block or on your yoga blanket. Shoulders are down. And when you're there, turn to look towards your right hand. Just feel your breath. Can't take deep breaths and twists, but you know where you can feel your breath. And then bring your head back to center. Wait for a big breath in to bring the knees, the legs back up. Float the feet down. Pick up the hips. Bring them back in line. Bring the knees into the chest. We're going back to those knee circles. Hands on your knees and circle the knees around. You can really let the shoulders lift up a little bit here. Move the shoulders as well. And when you're ready, take those knee circles around in the opposite direction. Bring your knees into the chest. Flex the feet. Wrap your hands around your shins. We're coming up to that small ball on your exhale. Tuck your chin. Lift yourself up into that tiny, tiny ball. Wait for it. Inhale to lengthen through the back of the neck and let your head feel light as it comes down. Release the hold on your legs. Just let it be soft. And take an easy breath in and out. And when you're ready, moving into your choice of inversion. So if you want to bring a blanket or a block underneath your hips, you need to bring your feet down. So legs up, or dead bug, where the legs and the arms are up. But if you go here, the shoulders are down, the hips are down, the belly is down. And you can be soft. You can be long. It's your choice, it's your inversion. And you can be still. Or you can play with movements. Just wherever it feels best for you. An opportunity for that blood to come down in the opposite direction of your veins, and it's moving pretty quickly when you're in inversion. It's coming down to feed your brain, your heart, your lungs. Take another couple of breaths in your inversion. And when you're ready to bring yourself down, see if you can feel like you're floating. Be slow and soft. Don't rush to reconnect to your mat. When you are all the way down, preparing to come in to your final posture, your Shavasana. So find what makes you comfortable here. Maybe a blanket rolled underneath your knees helps the hamstrings. Maybe the weight of a yoga blanket across your belly can help you feel grounded. Maybe an eye covering. Take all the time you need to allow yourself to settle in for your Shavasana. If you're down in the traditional style, the toes are softly released out. The palms are up, the fingers soft. The arms just a few inches away from the sides of the body. Constructive rest, if that might feel better. And check in with the skin of the face. Soften around the jaw, corners of the lips, edges of the nostrils, the skin across the cheekbones, around the temples. Let the eyes feel like they're peeling away from the back of the eyelids. And create a soft space between the eyebrows. And feel the skin of the forehead melt away. No holding on. Letting go. And very gently ease your awareness back and become aware of your breath. Feel the slight rise and fall of the belly. Begin to move the fingers a little, the toes a little. Let your breath be a little deeper. And then bending the knees and bringing the feet to the floor. Take the knees side to side. Just feel your back. Float the right arm up and over beside your face. And ease yourself over to rest on the right. Become aware of your back body, your back ribs. And as you breathe in, feel the back ribs open and expand. Feel the breath right behind the back of the heart. And bringing your left hand to the ground to help support you as you slowly return up to your mat. No rush. And as you come up, just find your way back to find a comfortable seat. Whatever props you need to help support you. And when you're there, be tall, but not rigid. As you bring your hands together, let your thumbs rest against your breastbone to activate your heart center. And take a bow to your heart. Namaste.